everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and today we're going to go through a reformer workout using the standard reformer box. So have this box handy because every exercise that we go through in this full body workout will be utilizing the box in some capacity. So if you are already new to this channel, please feel free to check out some of the other reformer workouts and other mixed equipment workouts I have here. If you like it, subscribe to the channel, hit a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. I love it. I will definitely respond to you. And if you're ready to get started, let's go ahead and begin. All right, let's go ahead and begin by picking up the standard reformer box. And we're going to place it at the very back end of the reformer. So go ahead and make sure your headrest is down flat and that your straps are out of the way. And then we're going to place it evenly on top of the wooden frame. So just double check that the box isn't to one side more than the other. I'm going to drop it down to 1.5 springs, which on this balanced body piece of equipment is 1 red and 1 blue spring, and then carefully step inside the well and have a seat on your box. Scoot yourself back and then connect your heels to the shoulder blocks and begin to sit up nice and tall as we begin here. So with flexed feet, abs are drawn in. Exhale to pull the carriage in towards the box. Inhale to carefully release. So our goal is to really focus on drawing those abs in towards our spine, connecting those deep transverse abdominis to create this nice tall position. We're activating the back of our legs and getting really deep into those hamstrings. There should be little movement with your upper body. And think about balancing a book at the top of your head as you continue to grow and lift out of your sits bones. Let's add pulses here. So tiny pulses in deepening that experience through those hamstrings and releasing. Beautiful. Drop those feet in between the headrest, externally rotate, and then exhale to pull back in. Now you can keep your hands beside you or you can stack your hands and float them in front of you, relaxing those shoulders and keeping a nice long neck. So focus on the outside of the hips. Squeeze with those inner thighs to draw that carriage back in and really resisting those springs. Again, we want to have full control here and minimize the torso shifting back and forth. Let's add those pulses again, and we're aiming anywhere from 5 to 10. So do what feels right for you today. Once you hit your last one, extend those legs out all the way. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and carefully step out. We're going to move the box down to the floor in front of the reformer. Now I'm going to drop the springs down to a half spring, which is a blue. So you can stay on just 1 red, one spring, or 1 blue, which is a half spring. And then kneeling on the carriage, we're going to line up our right foot at the edge of the box and then exhale, squeeze with those inner thighs to pull that carriage in. So really focusing on activating those inner thighs and squeezing those adductors together. This is strengthening the pelvis and to create stability. Abs are pulled in and we're nice and tall. These are challenging, so anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions is good, and really focus on going slow and controlled. Perfect. We're going to switch it out. We're going to do our abduction. So taking your right knee, place it against the shoulder block, carefully stepping that left foot in front of the box, hands to hips again, and then exhale, pushing that right leg away from the left. So the work is being created from the outer part of the right hip, but you're stabilizing so well through that left side. Notice that the knee is not shifting back and forth, so take a glance down to make sure that you are staying stable here. Perfect. About 10 repetitions here, and then bring it back in. Excellent job here, guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our box, we'll walk ourselves to the other side, and we're just gonna repeat that series, starting with our adduction. So let's take that right knee right up against the shoulder block, and the left foot's gonna stamp on top of the box here. And you might have to organize your box a few times. So we're gonna go nice and tall again, hands to hips, exhale. Go and squeeze those inner thighs together. Good, try to keep your shoulders squared, facing forward. and relaxed. Not forgetting about those abs. Knitting those ribs together and breathing. Beautiful job. We're going to switch it to the other side. So left knee up against the shoulder block, stamp that right foot in front on top of the box. Laying those hands up to your hips. It might feel a little awkward at first, but once we get moving, it should level itself out. Yeah, and nice and slow, again, just sending that left leg away from the right, but keeping the right knee directly over the ankle. Good, puff that chest up, roll those shoulders back. You have it. Exhale to send that carriage away, and inhale to return. And carefully, let's bring it right back in again. Good job. All right, so hips are warmed up here. We're gonna move it into our short box series and get a little bit more focused in on our abs. So let's send that foot bar all the way down. Go ahead and attach all of your springs on and find that strap. Make it available to you so you can slip your feet underneath it and allow that to be your safety strap. All right, so again, nice and tall. Let's bring those arms out in front of us, fingertips reaching. Let's just do a nice half roll back. So nod that chin to the chest. Exhale, articulate the spine as you roll yourself back. And then exhale, return. Beautiful. So we'll take it breath by breath. Exhale to roll back. I like to take an inhale to pause here. And then exhale to really resist and articulate that spine to grow. Try not to necessarily rely on the strap around your feet, but think about pushing your feet down into the ledge here. It makes all the difference, and it really deepens the connection through your abs. Remember, your abs and your low back are playing a big part here, so we want to make sure we're protecting our low back. Good, exhale, lower back. Let's challenge it and add a little circle there with our arms. Again, this is optional, so you don't have to add that in. But if you'd like a deeper challenge, frame those ears, circle those arms around, and return back up. Let's try that a few more times. Exhale to breathe, connect those ribs, float the arms, circle around, and return. Shoulders down. And nod the chin, exhale, scoop, squeeze those glutes to protect the low back. Sweep the arms around and restack the spine. Let's take it into our oblique version. So open up nice and wide and exhale, resisting on your return up. So create this heaviness as you come back up. Think of your arms being so heavy so that we are definitely firing up through our obliques, through the side of our abdominal muscles. Stay planted and grounded through your sits bones, and just be aware that your legs and your knees are not shifting here. You got it. Good, easy does it. Take it back for that inhale. Take a long exhalation and return back up. Good. Let's go ahead and take it back through the center here. We're gonna go ahead and take those hands behind the head and little pulses to deepen this ab feeling. You got it. Feel the heat here. Shoulders down, elbows wide, look straight ahead, scoop, and float those arms in front of you and take it up. Take a stretch. If that feels okay for you. Nice work. And then we'll carefully bring ourselves out of it. Okay, so foot bar can go back up, and then we're gonna take it to a red or a blue spring. So either a half spring or an actual one spring here. And we're gonna set ourselves into a lunge position. So knee over the ankle, and now exhale, you're gonna really push with the glute here in that right side. But think about that left side as you sit back into a small chair, because it's still doing a lot of work. We do want quad, we do want glutes working. Stabilize that upper body, and exhale, pushing back, opening up through the back of the knee. Perfect. Maybe tuck that tailbone under a little bit to gather that scoop and connect deeper into the abs. And exhale, return. Good. So from here, let's externally rotate. We're just going to challenge ourselves a little bit more.
Sit yourself back into that chair. And then once you're ready, soften that knee and exhale, push back. Think of the power coming from your glutes, so that right butt cheek here, and not necessarily powering through the thigh or the quad. Good. Again, tuck that tailbone under, pull those ribs in, and stay long through your torso. We're doing about 10 repetitions here, but again, find what works best for you. It's all about doing these repetitions in great form so that you're feeling it and not necessarily trying to achieve a number here. When you're ready, let's take it to the other side. So parallel with the foot. Good. Go ahead and sit yourself back, bend into that right knee, and then when you're ready, soften that left leg. We're gonna inhale to pull in and exhale out. You got it. With your right foot, try to relax those toes. Try to have equal weight distribution in that right foot. So are you favoring the outside of your foot or the inside? So lots of things to really be aware of and understand what your body is doing. Very nice. And then we're going to switch it for our second variation, so externally rotated here. And if this doesn't feel good for you, the external rotation, say you had bad knees, definitely eliminate this one and just do parallel once again. Good. Nice and strong. Again, we're just going very slow and controlled with these movements. Abs are being pulled in every single time. It's just a very smooth, fluid flow. Beautiful. And return yourself back in. Good. So from here, we're going to go ahead and take it into a nice plank series. So as the abs are warmed up, our body should feel nice and warm. Forearms are on. We're going to go ahead and begin to bend those knees and then exhale, push out long to plank. So a couple options here. You can just hold plank or you can add movement like we're doing. So you're going to bend those knees and then exhale, push out to straight legs. I like to keep the palms up so that we're not overly gripping, and then this way the shoulders get to relax. Bring it in when you're ready. So anywhere from 5 to 8 repetitions is probably a good place here, depending on how hard you feel like working today. And then let's set ourselves back up for plank, and this time let's pike those hips up, so sending that tailbone behind you, and lead with the belly button pulling in towards the spine. Exhale and drop. Exhale, lift and drop. Good. You got it. Stay with it. Really keeping those legs nice and long and then returning back in carefully. All right, so from here, I'm going to adjust my spring tension to 1 red since I did have a blue spring on. And then we're going to set ourselves up for chest expansion. So carefully go ahead, make sure your headrest is down flat. Step that left foot in between the shoulder blocks on the headrest, and then the knee is supported on top of the box. So if you have a fear of heights, you may want to eliminate the box here. Otherwise, if this feels okay for you, just go ahead and take that exhale as you press those arms behind you, activating those muscles below the armpit and in back of the shoulder. Good, nice and tall. Exhale, pull straight back. Palms are looking in, and same idea. So I'm doing about 5 repetitions for each of these since we are going to do the same series on the other side as we switch our legs. So careful with your wrists, make sure you have good wrist alignment and that the work is being activated from your back. Bicep curl here. Good. Keep those elbows on the same place. co-contract. Think of the bicep and the tricep working together. Exhale to pull and inhale to release. Beautiful. And then carefully, you can set those down as you switch your legs out. And we're gonna take our right foot and place it in the center of the headrest here. Grab a hold of those straps once again, and we're gonna get into that nice wide chest expansion. Good, so exhale to pull back. I like to keep my hands open so fingers are energetically reaching out nice and long. It really allows me to focus in on what muscle groups need to be activated here. Good, exhale, pull straight back. Inhale to release. And then from here, we can grip those handles and really open out into a T position. So it's like our reverse hug a tree. Think of your tailbone tucking under you and puffing your chest up a little bit. Good. And then finish it with that bicep curl, nice and tall. Abs are in. Focusing so much on balance here. Almost there, so hang in there. Exhale to pull and inhale to release. Good job. So carefully setting that down, find yourself off the box. Step off to one side. Okay, another full body exercise. So let's go ahead to a high heeled position. Have your heel supported on the box. Soften those knees and exhale to push out. Drive that energy back in towards your chest. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, push out. Exhale, scoop. Inhale to press out. You got it. Shoulders are down. Ribs are connected. Beautiful work here. About 10 repetitions. Again, fingers are open so you're not overly gripping through that foot bar. And then go ahead and pull right back in again. Good. We're gonna go ahead from here and do little movements. So you're just gonna push back and then exhale this small pike up. So really scoop that belly and allow this imaginary string around your waist to pull your hips upward towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Beautiful. We really want to create that heat, that deep awareness there in our transverse abdominis, our deep stabilizing ab muscles here. And then come on out. All right, so let's go ahead and take the foot bar down and then stepping that left foot on top of the ledge here. Support your right foot up against the box. We can do hands to hips, or you can take your arms out to a T. But just go ahead and get a sense of what it feels like here. So tuck that tailbone under, keep that chest up, and think about pushing out equally through both your legs. Facilitate the movement from the outer part of the hip here. And then focus on squeezing those inner thighs back together, giving your stopper a tiny hug at the end. That tiny hug just provides a little bit deeper intensity through those inner thighs. Beautiful. And about 10 repetitions here again. When you're ready, carefully pivot that left foot forward, and we'll just do a nice lunge. Again, we're challenging your balance. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. Think of squeezing those butt cheeks nice and tight as you grow and get taller. Good. Inhale down and exhale up. Perfect. Chest is open nice and wide. You guys are doing awesome. And then very carefully, we're going to step that right foot back on the floor and then walk ourselves around the opposite way. So right foot's going to step on the ledge, left foot will be supported by the box. Hands back to those hips, and when you're ready, just send that carriage out. Good. Tailbone is tucked under, so just take inventory of your body, doing all your checks. Make sure your feet are parallel, pointing straight ahead. And just squeeze with those inner thighs as you drag that carriage back in. Good, look straight ahead and just relax those shoulders down. Good. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to press out. Awesome. Carefully pivot toe again. And then when you're ready, when you feel stable, take it all the way back. Now, the nice thing with Pilates is if you seem to be reversing the breath, that's okay. There's really no right or wrong way to breathe in Pilates. It's just that we want to make sure that we take those inhalations and those exhalations appropriately. So if you're used to, say, exhaling to lunge and inhaling to stand up, challenge yourself to reverse it. And that's always a great way to grow in your Pilates practice. Beautiful. Lower and lift. And carefully go ahead, stepping that left foot back first, find that floor, and then go ahead and come off. All right, so then from here, we're going to move the box over the foot bar, but I do have one red and a blue spring on, 1.5 springs, because we're gonna do some bridging here, so make sure your headrest is down flat. And then placing your feet right on top of the box, arms are down beside you. Take that inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, peel those hips up, really pushing your hips forward towards the ceiling. Good. You can lower yourself down. And then again, taking that breath, exhale, squeeze those glutes, really point those kneecaps away from your body to create opposition. And again, try to relax those toes so that you're evenly pushing through the bottom of your foot. Exhale, we're gonna squeeze those glutes, lift those hips up nice and high. Lower it back down. Exhale to lift, good, and then push it out and drag it back in. So this is challenging. You really wanna feel the back of those hamstrings working. So careful how far you push out. Less is more. And then return and come right back in again. All right, so from here, we're gonna go ahead, keep both feet down, bridge yourself up. We're gonna hold, take that right leg to tabletop and add little pulses up and down so the hips are lowering and lifting. Squeeze with that left glute, keep the hips balanced and leveled, and then lower it back down. So about 5 repetitions on each side. Another regroup, lift, left leg to tabletop, lower and lift here and squeeze. 5 and 4 and 3. Exhale 2, exhale 1, and lower everything back down. Nice work. All right, so roll off to the side here. We're gonna go ahead and sit on up. And what I'm going to do is take it down to a red spring. So we'll have to lift the box up in order to take that half spring off. So just one spring here. Feet are supported against the shoulder blocks, and we're going back with forearms on, palms up, and taking it into down stretch. So puncture your elbows into the box and think about pushing away from the box with your chest and then dragging yourself back in. So again, this is a full body exercise, but I want you to really facilitate the movement with your abdominal muscles here. Yeah, so exhale back, take an inhale, bring it forward. And just notice that your body is in one long line, that you're not pushing your hips back at all, because it changes the whole dynamic of the exercise. Beautiful. Anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions, getting deeper into those abs. Nice. Take a child's pose stretch if you need it. You guys have been doing great. So we're going to take our box and we're going to go ahead and go long ways with it. So grab a hold of your handles once you have found a sitting position on the box, and then carefully roll back to your bra line here. So you're in this flex position, and then open those arms out wide to a T. Again, still maintaining tabletop. So we're combining arm work plus lots of heated work through the abs as we maintain this position. So do what feels right for you. Exhale to open up and inhale to drop down. Good. Palms are looking down. We're floating those arms up, trying to stabilize the body. So the key here to avoid any neck issues or neck discomfort is keep your eyes on your belly button. Drop your chin towards your chest. Try to put the work into your abs and try to release it out of your neck. And I know this is tough here, guys. That's the best way to avoid any neck discomfort. Good, bicep curl to finish off here. Beautiful job. We should be creating some heat at this point if you haven't already. And then carefully go ahead and drop those feet down. Okay. So we'll add a little bit of extension here. So find that bicep curl to pause. Roll yourself all the way back. Exhale, reach those arms behind you. Sweep them around, push those feet into the headrest. Exhale, articulate to pull back up again. So really let the straps assist you if you're having a struggle to roll back up again. And if you find this easier, then challenge yourself by pushing your feet into the headrest. And that will create that deeper connection that you're looking for. Good. Open wide through the chest. Really stretch out the shoulders and restack. Great. So we can hang that up. And we're going to go ahead and I'm switching into my loops. So if you have handles on, go ahead and do that now. And then we're going to find our way on our side for a little glute series here. So once you're ready, take that strap, place it around the arch of your foot. And you could be on a half spring, which is a blue spring, or a one spring, which is red here. So once we're prepared, bring that leg forward and then exhale to pull straight back. So you want your leg to be parallel to the floor. And then just being in this position is a challenge because we have to really lift ourselves up so that we're not sinking into the box here, if that makes sense. So lots of awareness on maintaining proper form. Go ahead and lift that leg up and then lower. So just feel a nice stretch in that inner thigh. Just letting that thigh bone grow out of the hip socket. Beautiful. Keep that chest puffed up with those shoulders down. And exhale, soften the knee in towards the chest. Exhale, push through the heel. Exhale, push through the heel. And press. Inhale to bend, exhale to press. Good work here, guys. Go ahead and take that out. Hang it back up again. We're going to turn to the other side and repeat here. So find that loop. Go ahead and line up your hips so that they're stacked and place that loop around your right foot, the arch of your foot. And then once you're ready, go ahead and center yourself here so you feel good on the box. Chest is up, shoulders down. Keep that leg nice and long. Inhale to bring it forward. Exhale to squeeze the glute and pull back. Exhale, squeeze the glute and pull back. You got it. So it's really important to notify if your hips are moving or if you feel like your upper body is moving. So we want to stabilize through the torso as much as possible. Lift and lower the leg here. It doesn't take much to get into the glutes. So again, if this is easier for you, you may want to have a heavier spring. But if this is just enough, and you got to think too, we're on the box, so it is elevating us, and it'll create a little bit of more of a challenge here. We'll finish it off with that external rotation, so bending, and then exhale, push through the heel. So the work again is driving out through the heel. Perfect. Neck is long, keep that chest lifted, and then carefully return and come back in. Very nice. So from here, let's just go ahead and make sure that we are with the right springs again. So I like to do this on a half spring, a blue spring. I'm gonna grab my straps, wrap them around my hands here, and then getting right into pulling straps. So exhale, pull those arms directly behind you. And now a couple options here. You can add extension or you can maintain neutral position. So you don't have to lift your chest up, but I would recommend feet apart, especially if you do have low back discomfort. Go ahead and separate those legs. All right, unravel the rope here. Exhale, pull in, pinky finger to hip, squeeze, inhale, open. Exhale, activate, inhale to open. Good, feel those shoulders dropping away from your ears. Your eyesight is always down on the floor, so careful not to look up. And then return back in, setting those loops around the pegs. All right, so we're gonna take it into a cobra here. So thumbs are on the rails. Let's inhale to lift the chest up, exhale to lower the chest. And inhale to lift the chest and exhale to lower. I do like doing this exercise on the lightest spring possible, which in my case here, I do have a yellow spring, but I didn't put that on. But if that felt challenging to you, then definitely next time use that really light spring here. All right, guys, finish it off with our roll downs. Go ahead and sweep those arms, reach those fingertips to the floor. Begin to restack your spine up, dropping those shoulders all the way back. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button, make a comment, and be notified when new workouts are coming out.